witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Cause she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.
Yes, indeed. The witch is back. Good evening, everybody. It feels like it's been months since I've sat in this chair and talked to you all. And it hasn't been. It's just been a couple of probably about a proper week, I think, something like that. But anyway, good evening, everybody. Sorry I missed Sunday's stream. The reason I missed Sunday's stream partly was because of Leeds Pride and I was exhausted. But also it's largely, hugely, mainly because I was dead. I was very, very dead. I overdid the spoons, or I didn't have enough spoons, or I borrowed the spoons from like 3 days down the line. And so yesterday I ended up waking up, having a wee in the morning, and then going back to bed for half an hour, and then waking up at 20 past 10 in the evening because I was so exhausted from the day before. That's fibro for you, unfortunately. It sucks. But anyway, we are here now. Good evening, everybody. Thank you to the members. We just had a really interesting chat on the members only. Don't forget, you can always join the membership if you so wish. Hopefully, Percy, let me know if you come back in, because I didn't know whether you were still there at the end. And me and Neil want to ask you onto the podcast at some point and discuss interesting topics of interesting things. So yes, that would be interesting. Anyway, good evening, everybody. I do have the ability? Is a huge, great big question, to pull up the Instagram or not. Is it not going to work particularly well for me? I don't think it's actually quite doing what I'm wanting it to do. Maybe if I do that, is that working? Nope, can't get into it. Right, okay, Sarah, I can't see your picture, and Instagram is being a bit of words that I can't use on this channel. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't see what you've sent. I'll have to find it on another stream. But yes, thank you very much for that. So then, do I have the chat up on this one? I had it working on the other one. Do I have it? Yay, I do. This chat is the best. Hi, Lisa. Welcome back. Thank you, my darling. Ale the Red, the Unready. Good evening to you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Oh, yeah, please don't forget the YouTube-y things, the like and subscribe-y things. It's normally on a screen on my page, isn't it? Let's just change that then, shall we? Let's just bring that one in. There you go, everybody. Please do the YouTube things, the like, the subscribe, and also please do make sure, listen, if you haven't subscribed, I can look at the analytics on this channel, right? Something is going on again with YouTube. I don't know what it is, but people are being unsubscribed. And I know they're being unsubscribed because a few of you have sent me messages going, Lisa, have you stopped doing videos? Have you stopped doing things? No, I haven't. I'm still doing the live streams. I'm still putting out my witch casket, and there will be some more videos coming as well. It's just that you've been unsubscribed. YouTube's helpful like that. So yay, thank you very much. But do make sure you are subscribed and that your settings are changed to all, right? Have a look now. If you're on your phone, on your laptop, or on your... I don't think you can look on the telly, but you can look at everything else. Just double check that the bell seems to have, like, I think when it's changed to all, it's got lines around it or something. It isn't just the standard bell. It looks different. Make sure that is the case. So dong your bell and change those settings, because otherwise you might not be getting information when we go live. So then, as we're talking about, yay, you'd love that. That's good. You're back and forth doing housework. If you like housework, Percy, then maybe like if you're somebody that likes the housework. Yes. Also, apparently we've worked out, I think that when people are being, what's it called? What do they call it? Being served an advert, that is when people seem to be getting booted. So if you get booted from this live stream, please come back in, just refresh your refreshy button thingy, the swirly button, hit that and it should refresh you to bring you back in. Theoretically, that is what is happening. So yes, unfortunately YouTube are still telling me that that isn't what's happening, and they just say that they've got no idea why it's a thing, but they're still blaming everybody's mobile phones, which is rather interesting of them. But yes, we think that is the reason why that is happening. So yeah, just double check. If you get booted and it looks like the stream has just ended, then please do the thingy. Please do just hit that refresh button and come back. Right then, so before we go any further, we do have some housekeeping on this channel. We do have a few rules and regulations. Do we want to call them that? I think so. I think that's probably the best way of phrasing it. And they're just, I mean, I don't know whether you can see my pin badge. There we go, look. My pin badge here is a lovely pink heart, and it says on it, don't be a eggplant emoji. That's what it says. Don't be an eggplant emoji. So hopefully that'll be really cool. But here is our the official housekeeping rules. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Yes, in fact, that last piece is really, really important. Do please keep your online privacy private, if that makes sense. By the way, talking about Percy, this here is a tarot deck that Percy actually made. And I find it incredibly interesting. But I'm still waiting. I can't really talk about it yet because I am waiting for Percy to tell me where to get it from, so I can let all of you know where you get it from, and the actual meanings on some of these cards, because it's a very, very, very interesting deck. And when I get that information, I will do a video on this, because Percy, we met in person. I met Percy in person. I know, right? Try saying that 15 times fast when you've had a skinful. And they are beautiful. Look, or that. Look how lovely. Look how lovely they are. And Percy actually described it as being, you know, when you turn over a tarot card, you know, the feeling that you might go, oh, I think I know what this card is. Percy painted that. And it's absolutely, it's beautifully bizarre, like amazingly beautifully odd, and is obviously something from a very interesting mind, and I love the art style. I absolutely love the art style. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And so yeah, I need to find out more and do a deep dive. But yes, really, really beautiful deck. Really, really beautiful deck. Whether I'm ever going to be able to use it on the stream or not is a whole other thing. It's a whole other thing, but it is a stunningly beautiful deck. And again, you know me on this channel. You know how we like to support small creators, whether that be YouTube creators, whether that be zine creators, or in this case, tarot creators. I adore people that have that artistic ability to do things there on their own way. That's why if you look at my other channel, which is all about weight loss, all of the music that we use now on that channel is from Holland, who is one of the mods on this channel here. And I love the fact that we've got bespoke pieces of music that, or we've got pieces of music that aren't bespoke, but they fit the purposes on that channel perfectly. And again, Holland's channel and Holland's details are linked down below as well. And I love small creators. There's something magical about small people that make things with their hands and their minds and their souls. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I have loved it always since I was a child, which is why the athame that I've got here, that was made by my friend who was a blacksmith, that's why that's got so much importance to me. I love people just that do creative things. Anywho, I could talk about creative people for ages, probably because I'm not one. Anyway, let's look at the quick chat. Let's look at the chat before we go to do some readings. So then, they are super interesting, Patricia. They really, really are. Each one has got this. You can see it's been created by the same sort of mind, but over a period of time, and it's not been some, how can I put it? You know how some decks are very much like, right, I've got to get through 78 cards, so I'm going to draw this now, and then I'm going to draw the next one, and I'm going to draw, I'm drawing cups. So here's the 4 of cups, and then we'll draw the 5 of cups, and then we're going to draw the 6 of cups, and the 7, and it feels very much by the numbers. Percy's deck feels very inspired, and it almost feels that, and again, Percy, I don't know when you designed it in which way and when you created it in which way, but the way it feels to me is almost like you had the number of cards that were blank, and some days you would sit there and go, I'm going to do this one today, and it would be a cup, and then you might do another couple of cups, and then you'll go, oh, actually this one's going to be a staff, or this one's going to be a different, and then other days you'd pick up the blanks and you'd go, oh, I'll do some major arcanas while I'm here, or whatever it is. It feels very much inspired, a bit like, the only way I can describe it is, when an artist does an album, and their first album takes a while because they write the songs that are important and meaningful, and then they do their second album, and the second album is basically the studio going, right, you've got exactly 4 months until we press your CD. So in that 4 months, in 3 months time, we need to be doing the final prep on the artwork, so we need to get the masters recorded and made in the next 2.5 months, so you've got exactly 8 weeks to write and come up with and create 12 songs. You've got 2 months, go for it now. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. Anyway, right, shut up, Lisa, because I could talk forever on small-time creators and why they're better, and why we should all absolutely go and support local small businesses and small-time creators. I love it so much. Right then, so should we just go for it? Dormouse, good evening. Dormouse, hello, my darling. I hope you are well. Right then. If I haven't said good evening to you already, good evening. I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday evening, or Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning, or even Wednesday morning, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Lisa. This is Beyond Authentic, and we're about to do some tarot. How does it work on this channel? Dead simple. Wait until you hear this noise. When that happens, it means a round is open. Once that round is open, it is up to you to put your request in, and you have to do it in a specific way, okay? It has to start with the word question, and then you put your question in the chat. One person from each round will get selected. I will do their reading. It's a 3-card reading. I will do their reading, and then we'll open up the round again for somebody else, okay? If you want to guarantee that your reading is up next, or if you want to guarantee that yours is first in this case, you can do so by sending your question in the form of a super chat. Any amount of a super chat will get you the next 3-card reading. If you want to guarantee a longer reading, then all you need to do is send a super chat of £8 or $10 or above, and that will automatically get you not just the next space, but a longer 6 or 7 card reading. I have been loving the 7 card readings I'm doing at the moment using the oh my god, what's it called, the Path Ahead spread. I absolutely love it. It's so meaningful to me. But anyway, any which way, any donation, as I say, will get yours next. And if it's over that £10, then it will get you that all-important extra 7 card or even above reading. Right then, so I've done all the things. I think it is. Should we just go for a round and we'll explain it as we go through? So the one thing to bear in mind, if you are not selected right in the first round, select and copy your question and get ready, because in the second round or the third round or the fourth round, paste it and the keeper of the questions will select another one, and we do that until 9 p.m. or just before 9 p.m. when we finish here on the live stream. Hopefully that all makes sense. I do believe it's time. Indeed, it should have gone into the chat as well. There you go. Look, one of those. So it is absolutely time. Please do go ahead, pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will be selected at random by the keeper of the questions. Hopefully that makes sense. Why is this not showing up on screen now? What have I just done? I think I've broken things. Have I broken it properly? Have I? I've got no chat on my screen. That's interesting. Right then, okie dokie. Please only put your question in the live chat once. If you keep posting it multiple times, the mods will block you or at least stop you posting. So do please be aware of that. Right, you've got about 30 seconds. Get your questions in. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3 card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Oh my God. Okay. We'll I'll hang on. Going into Radio Me for 1 second. I'll continue with the tarot readings, everybody, in just a minute. I have some news that's just come through on our members only WhatsApp group. Apparently it's currently being reported that Ozzy Osbourne has died, just literally a few weeks after his farewell show. It's being reported. I haven't seen it confirmed. Let me see if I can find this from a second source. 1 second, everybody. I'm sorry to sort of for this suddenly to go this way, but I know that a lot of people who are within the tarot community will also have seen this. Will also sort of be within the alternative music community as well. It is absolutely. It has been confirmed by multiple sources. So he apparently died surrounded by love. He was 76 years of age, and yeah, it has been confirmed. Oh, that is so sad. Ozzy has been ill for quite a long period of time, and obviously he's survived by Sharon and his children, not just with Sharon but also with his first wife. And oh my God, that is absolutely shocking. I know that he had been ill for quite a period of time, and had been, suffering from a few different illnesses, to be honest with you. He had Parkinson's disease. It was a very specific version of it called Parkin 2, which is a rare type. And he was, at his last farewell concerts, he was looking very, very, very frail and very frustrated at not being able to do the things that he wanted to do. And yeah, unfortunately, he has passed away at the age of 76. Sabbath, for me, were quite a formative band, up there with bands like the Sisters of Mercy and Ozzy as a solo artist. And yeah, that is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Yep, it's been confirmed everywhere. It wasn't marijuana. It was Parkinson's. As I say, it's called, I think it's I did just say the name of it. I can't remember exactly what I said. Parkin 2, yeah, not, I was going to say type 2, but Parkin 2, which is unfortunately, it's one of those diseases that are progressive. And certainly on his last, on the farewell night of the tour, when Youngblood was on stage with him, it was quite obvious to see that he was very frail. And I did question it at the time. I said to Rufus, it doesn't feel as if Ozzy's got the longest time left. And I was saying I was very hopeful that he'll, be able to enjoy his retirement. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So yeah, sorry to announce that so suddenly. It just came through and it completely and utterly shocked me. 76, it sounds like a good age, doesn't it? But for somebody like Ozzy, you just kind of think he could have kept going. He survived so much in his entire life. He could have just kept going, if it wasn't for this bloody illness. But hey, okay, right. I guess then it is time for me to come back to the tarot stream, and I think probably the best way to do it is to maybe I'll tell you what, let's all have a slight pause, and I'll come back to the stream in about 30 seconds time.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch. Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.
Okay, there we go. Quite shocking news, really. But yes, quite shocking news. Obviously, they're never going to see this, but obviously, thoughts and prayers go to Sharon and his family. Wow. That's one I wasn't expecting, to be honest. That's one I wasn't expecting. Right, anyway, let's go back to some tarot readings. So, we're the keeper of the questions. Just before all of that happened, the keeper of the questions did say Mariana Ivanisevic for the next reading. So I will absolutely find your question, Mariana. Yeah, thank you, Percy. I know, what a loss to rock. Absolutely. A huge... Right, okay. Disha Malik, you were warned, my friend, not to post in the chat the amount you are. You are dive bombing the chat here. Unfortunately, my friend, I think it's this will be your one warning, okay? If you continue to dive bomb the chat in the way that you are doing with so many messages and to spam the chat, then I will give the mods complete free reign to block you for this evening. So please do just bear that in mind. If you would like a reading, you can put in on the next round. Other than that, please bear with and post your comment just once, okay? Just post it once and hold off on the rest. If you continue to spam the chat field in the comments section, then you will be removed for this evening. And if you do that the next time, then you'll be permanently banned, okay? Yeah, me too, Ed. Me too. Good evening, Ellis. I hope you are very well. I saw a post or something come through from you, and I can't remember what it was. My brain now is a little bit befuddled. So I am going to go for, let's find Mariana's question. Why is my thingy not working? There we go. That one. Mariana Ivanisevic, let's find you, my darling. Let's find you back up the thing. There we go. What awaits you soon? Let's see if we can find that. There we go. I found your question and I found the button that makes it appear on screen. That's good. That's good. Right then. Oh, wow. Breaking news on a live stream. It absolutely made me feel like we were back on radio days. Do I have a more Aussie appropriate deck? I do. Oh, shall we just go for it? Shall we have the Killstar deck in honour of the late, wow, Ozzy Osbourne himself? I think maybe we'll try this deck. We'll try this deck. Although, hang on a second. I tell you what. I will have a quick look on the card cam. Let's bring that one in and see how easy it is to see for all of you at home. Oh, actually, that's not too bad, is it? Shall we not? No, I tell you what. It is too dark to see. That was my review on it on the actual deck review that I did as well. So we'll just stick with Fifth Spirit. I'm sure Ozzy wouldn't mind. Wow. Youngblood just released as well this weekend. Just released his version of Changes, and me and Rufus were playing it as well. We were like, oh, wowza. Anywho, right, Mariana Ivanisevic, question, what awaits you soon, my darling? Let's see if we can find some of that information out for you. Let's bring that one. There we go. Transition that one across. And, oh, I have no border. Why do I have no border? There we go. Sorry, I don't know whether I turned that off then. That was very strange. Very strange. My computer doing very odd things. Right then, so... here we go. Right, let's go with... Let's cleanse the space entirely. There we go. And Wispy, on this rather odd evening, we are bringing you in, my friend. I feel like I'm going to need to find a bat deck, or maybe I'll just start using the crow deck on Sunday. Wow, we've had a card immediately flip for you, Mariana, and it is the Eight of Cups reversed. Now then, the Eight of Cups is all about the... oh, hang on a second. Why? I've just realised this angle is very, very strange. I do apologise. There we go. That's a little bit better. The Eight of Cups is all about the journey to the Nine. Okay, so eights are pretty much, all of the eights are about working hard and you know, putting the effort in to get to that next step. So that next step, as I say, is the Nine. Now, the thing is, the Eight of Cups itself, you can see it's an emotional card because Cups is your emotional deck. Okay, it's your emotional suit. And what I mean by that is literally that it has how can I put it? When I say it's your emotional deck, what I literally mean is that Cups is the emotional part of the deck. It's the suit that relays our emotional side. In this case, as it's reversed, it's more of a sadness that it brings in rather than it being, you know, like positive, happy joy emotions. So that is something to bear in mind a little bit when it comes to this card, especially when we are looking at this from the perspective of what's likely to be coming your way. Okay, this is suggesting there maybe is a little bit of sadness, a little bit of heartache, and there may be an unwanted journey that you need to go on soon. Reason I'm saying that is because, look, if it was this way up, you can see this is the house. The drips are happening inside the house. Outside is dry. The drips in the house, something is flooded. Something has gone wrong with the plumbing. In this analogy, the plumbing would be the emotional balance. Okay, because it's reversed, it's talking about this is bringing in some sadness, and it's talking about going on this journey. So on here, look, we look out the door to this dry area, and we follow this path. Excuse me. The path leads us to the 9 of Cups, right? Which hopefully is a more positive card. If it's reversed, then it isn't, but we don't know that it's reversed. Does that make sense? So this is all talking about, at the moment, this coming few weeks ahead, it's talking about an emotional journey for you that you're not necessarily going to want to go on. So just bear that in mind. As soon as the card flips is when we do your drop, and I will pull your 3 cards. Okay, 4 of Pentacles reversed. 4s reversed are quite often associated with stagnancy and things not changing. They're quite often associated with kind of a bit dead energy. Does that make sense? Like when things aren't really... If you imagine... Oh, hang on. Sorry to move the camera while it's live, but it's the only real way I can do it. If you imagine a stream, right? When the stream is moving, it's got lots of life in it, hasn't it? It's got the water's bubbling, there's air in it. You might see the fishes, you might see all sorts of things happening in that stream. If that stream was dammed and it was just a still stream, you look at it and then you go, ooh, it's just stagnant. It's just dead. Do you know what I mean? It's just, there's nothing there. It's just a dead stream. And so that's what this is kind of saying. And this is in your work, career, finance area, or in your growth area. So if there's something here, work, career, finance, that is kind of stuck, that you're feeling it's a bit same old, stuck in that rut, then this is what it's referring to. And this change may well be a change in career. But let's have a look and see what the other 2 cards are. 2 of Pentacles, yeah, so this would seem to be, and we'll tell you what, we'll pull the 3rd as well, the Moon, right? So this would seem to be that there is a work thing here coming up. There is something to do with work or finances that you are going to need to find a way out of. Whether this is a debt, whether this is a job that you're unhappy in, whatever this is, you need to find a way out. And it's going to be tough. The reason I'm saying it's going to be tough is because the card that signifies needing to find that way out is the Moon. This is a major arcana card, right? Major arcana card. I always say that the major cards... There we go. Is that right? Yeah. The major cards are cards that talk about the important things. So this moon is very, very important. This is telling you that there is an absolute need for you to follow that intuitive side of you that is looking for that way out. Okay, there is something here that is going to be blocking you. You need to find answers really soon, because this Two of Pentacles, this is upright. Twos for me are about couples and, you know, people coming together, people working together. In this instance, because it's a Pentacles, it's work, career, finances. It could be somebody at work that is in some way either causing you some hassle or causing you some blockages in that financial growth area, right? So there is definitely something here going on. If you've got a partner, make sure they're not spending too much money on the joint account, or they haven't opened up a secret credit card or things like that, because there is something here around money and a whole big, so we go from stagnancy to this two energy coming in, but this is in the what you need to know. So why is the money or work element stagnant? What is it that's causing it? In the what you need to know, it's this connection that you have with somebody that is directly connected to this work, career, finance element. If it is work, then it's somebody within your workspace that this is your strong connection. If it's in finances, then it's something in the financial bit that you need to control. Okay, either way, what's to come, the moon is really screaming. These two cards are screaming the same message. You need to find a way out. You need to find a way out. If there is a path forward here, if there is a way for you to move on, move beyond, you need to find it, and you need to find it soon. Both of these two cards are screaming the same message. This one is more emotional. The Eight of Cups is more emotional, because that Cups energy is that emotional energy. Okay, so this is the emotional part, and it's whatever this is, however you correct it, you're going to feel sad about having to do that. So it's almost like you might have to, for instance, take someone to court, or, you know, or at least threaten to take them to court. It might be that this happens, this way out happens because, I don't know, if it's a work thing, you might have to change jobs that you really don't want to, or it might be, if it's a financial thing, it might be having that difficult conversation with your partner about why there's suddenly, you know, 2 extra credit card bills coming in, or whatever it may be. That conversation, that treatment, this thing of finding the solution is going to be an emotional trek for you. Okay, my darling, it's going to be an emotional one. This suggests it could be a family member, it could be a partner, it could be an ex-partner, it could be an ex-family member. Whatever it is, it doesn't feel as if this bond is very strong right now. Okay, but you need to find this way through. Whatever this is, if it's somebody that owes you money, then, you know, if you need to threaten the bailiffs or threaten court or threaten something, I mean, I wouldn't say threaten Bob down the road with the 2x4 in the, you know, don't threaten that. The baseball bat with the nails in, that, not that sort of thing. I'm talking about threatening things like, you know, taking them to small claims court, taking them to what's it called, bailiffs, you know, taking them, what is it, they put a lien on your wages or something they call it. That's what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. I hope it helps. Listen, you absolutely need to find this, right? This way out, you absolutely need to find. It's really, really, really important. You're not going to want to do it though, because this is saying there's emotions mixed up. So it could be a family member that owes you money, or it could be, you know, a partner that's done something with your money, or whatever it is. It absolutely feels like you'd rather not do this, not deal with it. But if you don't deal with it, it's gonna be shite. Okay, hope that helps. Thank you very much for your question, and yeah, I hope whatever this is, I hope it gets resolved. I don't think it's going to resolve itself too soon, so maybe not in the next 2 or 3 weeks, but in the next 2 or 3 weeks you need to start this process, right? You can't dilly-dally with it. God, that's such an English expression. No dilly-dallying over here. But there is no dilly-dallying, right? No messing around. You need to get on this now. Otherwise, it could go really badly for you. Hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. Right, let's have a look. I've just seen a couple of super chats have come in. Let me... Ellis, thank you very much for a super chat. Oh, hang on, there's another one as well. That came in first. Right, Nancy Ray, hang on. Quadranteds. Okay, let me have a look. Quadranteds, could you check the account first name is Swathi? Oh, we don't get accounts, my darling. Oh yes, absolutely could be that. Absolutely could be that. 100%. 100%. If you've got an ex that owes you money, especially if it's gone stagnant and if that money's been owed for a little while, absolutely 100%. That'll be why this is an emotional connection, and that will absolutely be why this moon is saying you have to just follow your intuition. You ain't going to get it otherwise. You need to find the way out of the forest. You ain't going to find that if you carry on navel gazing. You need to just find that path forward and do it. Do it, do it, do it. Otherwise, it's just going to get delayed and waylaid, and it's just not going to be anything good. And that stagnancy, 100%, 100%. I hope that helps, Mariana. But yeah, 100%. Right. The money's been debited. Google, don't put... oh shit, hang on. Don't put those details in the chat. Right? I've got no idea. Can I delete that from here? No. Mods, can one of you delete that, please? I've got no idea whether somebody can track that. I certainly can't track it my end because we don't get that on YouTube. The only thing we get on YouTube is on the back end that tells us when a super chat has come in. And I will double check that now. You may have a receipt from Google Play, but that isn't the way that YouTube works. And it hasn't come through on the channel. So that will basically be your bank going, we're holding this until we get confirmation. That is not money that comes through. Nothing has come through on YouTube's end to me. Nope, that's a makeup tutorial that I was watching. Hang on, I'm in the wrong bit of my YouTube. There we go. And that one. There we go. Let me look at the nope, I have no super chat. I've had 2 super chats come in, and that is all. Let me go into it on another screen. Bear with me just 1 second to double check. YouTube. Come on, load the screen. Thank you. Now let's go into the YouTube studio. YouTube studio. Oh, hang on. Oh, yes, no, that's the right channel. Analytics. Hang on, we're getting there. Everything's a bit slow on the stream. Oh, it's come through now, has it? No. Has it? Hang on. I've got it now. Thank you very much. I've got it now. It showed up now. Thank you. Right then. So I've got Nancy Ray, Ellis, and then Quad. I'll do that in the order they come in. So, yep, I've got that now. Thank you. Right then. So, mods, can one of you check that amount, please, so I know how long it needs to be. Right then, everybody. Here we go. So, who have we got first? It was... Come on, buttons. Nancy Ray, good evening to you, my darling. What do I need to know in the next 2 months? Ooh, I can do 6 weeks. 2 months is a push. 2 months is a push, Nancy, because the way that I work with tarot is that to get a good kind of foreseeable, you're looking at about 6 weeks. 2 months is a push, but we'll certainly have a vague idea of what that's likely, which direction it's likely to be headed in, put it that way. Right, hopefully, if I move that to there, hopefully you can still all hear me okay. Do I need to raise the microphone volume a little bit? Maybe just a touch. There we go. Reason I'm saying that, Nancy, is that I could sit here and tell you, oh yeah, 8 weeks is plenty of, I can see it very clearly for 8 weeks. It'll be wonderful. That's BS. Any tarot readers who claim to see months and months and months and months and months in the future, the further out from now we go, the more blurred it gets and the less focus there is, because there are so many things. Once you've had this reading, right, hopefully it will slightly change what your actions would be without this reading. So, for instance, like the last one, that person now knows to maybe try and follow up a bit more proactively with the money that they're owed. Okay, so that means, thank you, Holland, that means they have to proactively go off and try and, you know, do something that perhaps they weren't going to do without the reading. And that difference is really important. Likewise for you, whatever's coming up in 2 months' time, if you know that that's coming, you might make steps to avoid it. You might make steps towards it. There's lots of different things that happen. And if something is coming up at the end of this week, that's a lot easier to read and to see from the patterns that are in play now than it is to see further down the line. Okay, so that's why I always say 6 to 8 weeks at a push. So we'll do our best for you, my darling. By the way, do I have my other... Oh, of course I don't. Of course I don't. That would be too useful to have on my screen right now. That wasn't what I was looking for. That wasn't what I was looking for. But anyway, I've got a button that says drink, drink, and it's a good hydration reminder. I'm just taking a slurp of my coffee. While I do that, I'm just going to mute myself so that nobody else can hear me slurping. And yeah, so give me 1 second. There we go. I know that we have neurodiverse people that watch. And I, for one, as a neurodiverse person, I cannot stand the sound of people drinking. It drives me up the wall. Food noises, eating noises, slurping drinks, does my head in. So for that reason, that is why I try and mute it whenever I can. So then, Wispy, Nancy Ray, I love that name, by the way. It feels like you should be in a 90s grunge film. Do you know what I mean? It really does. It's like Nancy Ray, and then it's like a Thelma and Louise kind of meets a Kurt Cobain type, you know, My Own Private Idaho type. Mix all of those films together, and then you get the story of Nancy Ray. And it's like, I don't know whether Nancy Ray in my imagined film would be probably a bank robber. But one of those super cool bank robbers that never actually has to use any weapons because they're so super cool. Do you know what I mean? Smokes a cigarette out the side of her mouth, just like right there, like that. But only smokes it for effect, doesn't actually inhale, so there's no damage. Do you know what I mean? In a some sort of older fashioned. I've got a whole film going on in my head. I'm telling you. Not Route 66, but like one of those long route, a proper road movie. I can see it now, like a Bonnie and Clyde, but modern as in 90s. Someone should make that. Hollywood, if Hollywood, if you're watching, you can have some of these ideas. I come cheap as a screenwriter, not as a screenwriter. I come cheap as an ideas person. There you go. I'll give you the ideas, but unfortunately, due to ADHD, I can't follow through on the making of the things. Anyway, shut up, Lisa. What are you going on about? I don't know. Ooh, Wispy, you've dropped one, but it's right way up, so that doesn't count, Wispy. It's got to be, you got one more chance. It's got to be flipped for it to count as a clarifying or modifying card. There we go. Right then. And because you've sent the $10, it's going to be a 7 card. We'll do a 7 card reading for you, my darling. Right then. Let's do, if I move, I'll have enough space. Right then, we're going to do the path ahead, the traveler's path card for you. So let's do, did I do the drop? I did the drop. So this card represents you, my darling. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. You're at a bit of a turning point in life. you're at a bit of a, personally, this could be money, career, work, finances. You're at that sort of moment where you're having a look at what you've achieved, having a look at where you want to go, and you're in that it's not a midlife crisis by any way, shape or form, but you're in that point where you're like, okay, I'm halfway through, let's have a look around, let's see what's what, let's see where things need to go. Do you know what I mean? Let's look at what we've accomplished so far, let's look at, are we on track? It's almost that checking in with the project so far. Does that make sense? Which is an admirable sort of position for you to be in, taking stock of where you are. So that's good. Love that, love that, love that. Your quest, so in other words, what you are searching for, the thing that this moment in time of you questioning, the thing that is bringing that up, or the thing that you are looking forward to. The Knight of Pentacles, more work, career, finances. Knights are able to go and do things at a drop of a hat. Knights are able to go off on any tangent they see fit. Off they toddle, do their own thing. Absolutely. Knights are slightly players, but also that knight energy absolutely goes into that movie idea, right? Nancy Ray, the film, a lone bank robber on the run. Do you know what I mean? There's that. Oh, and bank robbers. I'm not. Please don't go and rob a bank and say, "Oh, I got the idea from Lisa on YouTube." No, please don't do that. But the knight energy is slightly that one of, oh, I'm not really thinking about the long term. And if I do think about the long term, I can't think about it. So I'm not going to think about it because I can't think about it. Do you know what I mean? If you show them the repercussions of their actions, then they kind of don't give a toss. Do you know what I mean? They don't care. They go off and do their own thing anyway. In the path behind, so where have you been? Oh, the Ace of Swords. There's been this is interesting. Recently, in the recent months, so the last month or two, as I say, 6 weeks either way, there's been a bit of a rocky. Now, I do know we're entering into another Mercury retrograde period, but I think it goes further back than that. You've kind of are just coming through. I don't think it's finished, but you're coming through a new period of upheaval, upset, turmoil, challenges, obstacles. This seems to have been a recent thing because the Ace of Swords is coming up. Aces are new projects, swords are troubles and tribulations, trials, obstacles. And it feels very much like whatever this was, whatever these questions are, they've led to you having this sort of reappraisal. I'm going to call it a reappraisal, not a midlife crisis, because I don't think it's that. In the fourth position, we go over to here. This is the path ahead. Ooh, Chariot. There's definitely a journey coming up then. Chariot is a major card. This is an important one. So the Chariot for me is a journey. It could be a physical journey, so you could be moving somewhere, or it's going on a spirit quest, if you like, going on a journey of discovery, a journey of what something means for you. Now, if this is a point in life where you are actually almost midlife crisising, you are actually looking at the where and wherefores and what is and what isn't important in life, then it does feel as if this Chariot is going to take you on a bit of a trip, right? It's going to take you on a bit of a trip. The Chariot for me only comes up when it's an important transitional time in life. We're moving from point A to point B. Do you know what I mean? That Chariot energy is important. The other thing to bear in mind about the Chariot, traditionally in the traditional tarot decks, the Chariot is the winner's card, because the Chariot has the rider of the Chariot has a laurel wreath, and they have their bright sparkly best Sunday best armor on, where it's all shiny, and they haven't actually, got the blood of their enemies smeared on it, or the dints and cracks from being in battle. They've got their Sunday best armor, and it's all about show and pomp and circumstance and all of that. So it feels like whatever this journey ahead is, it feels good, right? And it feels an uplifting journey. It's not like things are going to go really bad and then you've got no choice. It feels like quite a positive thing. There will be obstacles though, because obstacles always come up in life, and your obstacle again we've got another sword card. So kings can represent father type figures, bosses, authority figures. They represent that sort of energy. Somebody that's going to try and tell you why you can't do the things you want to, or how you should do it their way. Right? And obviously this deck is a very inclusive deck. You can see here we've got somebody with one leg, we've got somebody with an Adam's apple and breasts, we've got somebody here with a who's a king but is female bodied. It doesn't matter. The king in this element is the person in authority, the person that the buck stops at, right? So the boss. And this is the boss of whatever this recent trouble is, whatever this recent turmoil that you're facing. This authority figure is the one that's going to cause you obstacles, and swords is the suit of obstacles and challenges. So this person really is going to try and pull a rug from under you. They're going to try and put a spanner in the works, right? They really are. They're going to try and throw a oh, they don't really have spokes, do they? They're going to try and throw a stone in your wheels. That's something I remember from wearing roller boots when I was like a kid in the 80s. I mean, sorry, a kid in the 90s. What did I just... Yeah, 90s is what I meant, is what I said. If anybody heard 80s, then you are wrong. It was 90s. Thank you very much. Right, a windfall, a lucky streak, something positive that is going to come on this journey. We've got the Empress. The Empress is my favorite card in the deck. Now she is reversed, but the Empress always means abundance and also family, right? She is the matriarch. She is the person that is in overall control of the well-being, the nurturing element. She is a wonderful caregiver. She is that Mother Earth energy, if you like, personified, and that can come in any gender form. It doesn't have to be an actual mother. Anybody who is nurturing brings that energy. Now she is reversed, which means I think this is going to be coming in from almost left field, right? So this is this is the windfall. I don't know whether this is coming in the abundance aspect or this nurturing energy, because it almost feels like this person over here is going to try and rain on your parade, whereas this energy here that's coming in, this positive windfall, this is feeling very positive and very much like a warm hug, very nurturing, very supportive. So it almost feels like you've got two sides of not even the same coin, but two sides of it coming in here. One person that may well be trying to put the kibosh on things, and one person that will be supporting that energy of support. And it if I have to say, it does feel more abundance in nurture and care than it feels abundance in wealth. Okay, if that makes sense. And then the destination, so where all of this is headed, bearing in mind your quest forward is about is this journey in terms of growth and potential financial, I wouldn't say independence, but more financial freedom. We've got the Four of Pentacles, so another Pentacle card. So absolutely. Now there is a warning here. This pentacle is the Four. It came up before. It's about a bit of stagnancy going on, right? So there is some stagnancy here. So although you've got abundant energy coming in here, and you've got this it's like this energy could bring in financial wealth and could bring, it's more likely, right, instead of bringing in like, oh, you're going to win the lottery, it's more likely to bring in the chance for a new career move or to take on a new department, or it's something like that that's going to be more your thing, right? It's not necessarily bringing in, oh, here by the way is $10,000 in back taxes. It's not going to be that. It's going to be more like, oh, this sister company to ours is looking for a new manager, a new whatever, assistant director of finances, assistant communications head honcho. And we actually think that you would be ideally suited for that, even though it means leaving our company, but you'd still be within the umbrella company of the company. Does that make sense? And this stagnancy is almost going to be a choice where you kind of have to go, do I stay where I am or do I take that move? And again, that's only going to be for you to decide. It really does feel here that this is, with the 3 Pentacle cards and the Empress coming in, it does feel as if there is an element of financial uplift going on, but this card is almost like you're being recognized in the workplace, and someone's going to say, well, look, we think you'd be a really good manager down the line, but right now we know that you'll need some support. So we would like you to take this position where we're able to support you into this role until you then take that role over full time. Do you know what I mean? There's something like that going on. I hope that makes sense, Nancy. It does feel as if this next sort of 6 to 8 weeks is going to be quite... To be honest, I think it's going to be a bit tumultuous. This Chariot journey could be a little bit wibbly, to be brutally honest, because of these 2 Swords cards. Be careful, be very mindful of this person here in the obstacle position, right? Forewarned is forearmed, but this obstacle position, be aware that somebody may be trying to put the kibosh on. Look for your allies where you've got them. You've definitely got allies in this. And look for these supporters, even if, as I say, even if this whole thing is somebody saying, look, we really want you to do X, Y, Z. And that means moving into this way. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, thank you very much for your question. Thank you very much for your donation. I do often say, but I probably don't say it enough, the donations that come through, 10% goes automatically to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. It's a charity here in the UK that help people with pets to fund pet care that would otherwise they wouldn't be able to afford. And also they're also the charity that supports animals that, you may see a cat or a dog on the side of the road that's been injured, or a fox or something. They're also the ones that will support the animals in that sort of way as well. So they're an amazing charity. Absolutely no problem, my darling. Absolutely no problem. I hope it helps. If she's 35, you're 39. I've never once said I was 35 on the streams. I'm 39. Thank you very much. You just want to move forward in a positive way. You think this reading is more about moving residence. It could be. That Chariot card, as I say, is very much a journey. I often read it as that spiritual side of that sort of knowledge journey, but it could well be a physical move. Absolutely, it could. But good evening, Neil. Hello, my friend. Hello, my friend. You are. I wasn't born in the 2000s. I was born in the ... whatever it adds up to make me 39. Abundance means many things to you. I'm not 35. I've never once said I'm 35. I did when I was 35. I'm 39. I'm happy with that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, my darling. I hope it helps. Yeah, thank you ever so much for your question. Oh, by the way, another 10% also goes to the Albert Kennedy Trust. And that's after YouTube takes its 30% off the top. So whatever comes through to us after all of the deductions from the YouTube, then yeah, 10% goes to PDSA and 10% goes to the Albert Kennedy Trust, which is an amazing charity that supports LGBTQIA+ youth who would who are at risk of homelessness in the UK. Ellis, your question is up next, my darling. A question on behalf of your mother. She would like to know if she will have the chance to find love or something positive in her future. Okay, my darling. Could you send me your mum's first name? Just the first name. That would be really useful. Or a nickname that she's known by. That would be really useful, Ellis. Quad, yours will be coming up after Ellis's reading, because again, I do them in the order they come through on the YouTube. I get that that might not be the order that they get requested in, if that makes sense. Good evening to AM. Good evening to Phantom Punk 007. Phantom Punk 007. What would a Punk 007 be like? All I can think of is the bloody View to a Kill soundtrack, and it's definitely not going to be that. With a view to a kill. It's not punk, is it? That's not punk. I'm just waiting to see if Ellis can send me that. If not, we'll just go with it. We'll just roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. In other words, right. We will open a new round very shortly. I've had 3 super chats in, so we're going to do those 3 super chat readings. One for $10, one for £8, and one for 34 pence. So we will get those done as much as as fast as I can. Ellis's question on behalf of their mother is up next. Thank you very much. It's for Lorraine. Right then, for Lorraine, let's have a look. So then, Wispy, we cleanse the space as always, and we'll bring in Wispy while I'm doing that. There we go. While I was doing that, I just muted it so you couldn't hear me slurping my coffee. So then, Wispy, Lorraine would like to know if she will have the chance to find love. And when we say Lorraine, we mean Ellis's mum. We obviously know Ellis, sort of. We've met them before, and we've done readings for Ellis. So this is for Ellis's mum. So we need you to tune into Ellis and then tune into Lorraine, adjacent to Ellis, next to Ellis, behind, above, below, whichever, next to Ellis. Okay, that's the reading that we are looking for. And again, you've donated £8, so that's going to be a 7-card reading. And I'm going to do you another Traveller's Path Ahead. The Traveller's Quest, or the Path Ahead, the Traveller's Safe Passage, whatever you want to call it. I quite like... Actually, it's called the Safe Passage in Agatha All Along, which is where that came from. I'm still waiting for the Agatha All Along deck. It's been released in America. The Americans have it. I pre-ordered it on their Amazon. Still not got my hands on it, and no delivery date. It says it has been delayed and they will let me know when. Not released yet. I cannot wait. Anywho, enough about that. Enough about that. I've got enough decks to be going on with anyway. Anyway, Wispy. So, here we go. Tuning in. Let's do the Safe Passage, Path Ahead, Traveller's Quest spread. So then, here we go. So we are going to find the card that is representative of your mum, where she is at this particular moment in time. Oh, the 10 of Wands. Okay, that's an interesting card to start off with, because the card that represents where your mum is the 10 of Wands. Wands for me is about confidence. 10 is overflowing. So this is... Okay, Wispy, lock me in. Wispy, are we saying, are we using the standard, like, the standard interpretation? I don't think it fits. Well, it doesn't. Okay, we're just going to go with it. Right, so 10 of wands, I would normally say, but it isn't feeling right, but I don't understand why it isn't feeling right. But I would normally say it's veering into arrogance, right? It veers into, but as the words are coming out, it doesn't feel like it fits. Okay, I keep wanting to say, and there is absolutely no rhyme or reason for this at all, Ellis. There is absolutely nothing at all. With this one card, there is nothing at all that would indicate any reason why I'm going to say this. But it feels like, for whatever reason, your mum is a bloody expert at putting on a front, right? Absolute gold medalist, 15 years running, at putting on a front, at showing the world that she is super confident, super out there. Look how mega confident I am. I am all the confidence all the time. Look how wonderfully confident I am. But that it's not just is that a front, but also, like, behind closed doors, that front burns her out, right? Completely. Social battery, 0, after having to have this front on. Whether that's in the workplace, whether that's in social settings, I don't know. But absolutely, as I'm saying, arrogant, it's like, yes, but no. Like, can come across that way to some people because it's just mega super confident, but that isn't the real person, if that makes sense. It's like it is just a character or a front in some way. It's almost like bar managers, pub managers, Slimming World consultants, and it's like you have to put on a front, like people online, performers, singers, dancers, you put on a front and you show the world what you are expected to show the world. And after that performance, that whatever, that day in the office, whatever it is, after that, when that mask falls, it's exhaustive because it's exhausting maintaining it. Does that make sense? That's the vibe I'm getting from this one particular card. And there's no reason for me to say that at all, except for the fact this does not quite fit what is vibing, apart from the fact that it's an artifice. The quest, so where your mum is headed in terms of love or positivity. Okay, 4 of Cups, so there is stagnancy in the love life area at the moment. It's not just that things aren't happening, it's like things haven't happened for so long. I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it because that was the thought that went through my head. It hasn't happened for so long, she's got cobwebs. Do you know what I mean? There's that sort of vibe that actually there hasn't been anything in the love area for a while, and it's stagnant. And what that means is literally that love energy hasn't been used. And again, it's linking in with this. It's almost feeling like she says, oh, I don't need anyone. Oh, I'm perfectly happy being single. But actually, she's not. Actually, it's, she wants more than to be loved. She wants to love, right? And it's like the longer it goes without her having that connection to someone that she can love in that romantic way, the harder it is, because it's denying a key part of her, if that makes sense. Let's have a look at the path behind, where she's from. King of Pentacles reversed. Now this could be a previous relationship. Kings can sometimes, as I say, look at father figures, relationship figures, husband figures, things like that. Pentacles, money, and this idea of this card being reversed, it feels very much like I don't know whether this is ex-husband energy coming in, or whether this is ex-partner energy. Whatever the ex energy is, it was Wispy, is this growth or is this financial? Because whatever it feels like, right, the previous relationship, in this past relationship, it feels like it took a toll, and it feels like it took a toll emotionally with the cups here, but it also feels like there was a financial element to it, that it really didn't turn out well. There's a line in ... Lost Boys, where Grandpa says to, is it Diane Weiss? I can't remember the mother, and he says to her, "You're the only woman I know who didn't improve her a lot when she got a divorce." And she turns around to say, "Yes, but a long court battle wouldn't be good for the kids," or something like that. It feels somehow like that. Wispy's given me that scene for a reason, Ellis. But I don't think it's just financial, if that makes sense. I think it's also interrupted the growth energy. Let's look ahead. Right, so the path ahead. Let's look ahead. Two of Pentacles. Okay, twos are couples. Twos are always couples, partners, connections, right? Pentacles. If this was the growth element rather than the financial element, then it feels like there is hope in the future. Twos are very good. Twos are always, for me, a connection with another person in a way that isn't you and her, right? Isn't family. It's always something deeper. It's always something if it's a workplace, this could be like a work partnership. 9 times out of 10 for me, twos end up being a romantic connection. So this is positive. Also, this Pentacles, again, could be a financial uplift, because Pentacles is finance, but it could also be related to that, as I was saying, that growth energy. So whatever this is, there is a good vibe coming in that path ahead. Let's look at the obstacle. I wonder if this is connected. Oh, Six of Swords. Yeah. Community element going on here. So there is something here that, interestingly, this reading and the previous one, in the obstacle position came the obstacle card. Just saying. Or the obstacle suit. The Six of Swords. Swords is trouble and strife, hurdles, challenges. Sixes for me are about groups of people, community, circles, friends, family even. It's about those people we surround ourselves with in our lives. And this coming up here, it almost feels like how is this connected with this, Wispy? Because it almost feels like there is an element of disapproval somehow. Why is there an element of disapproval from there's an element of disapproval from the community, the circle, the family. There is something here where the circle aren't approving of this connection whenever that connection comes in. The windfall, let's have a look for the luck. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Right, there is something about money here that's now making me be very aware of this. There is something about money coming into play. We've got the King and the Queen. The Queen is talking about a windfall. Now, normally in this position it would be a positive windfall, but it's almost like a lesson that needs to be learnt here, and it's going to be learnt the hard way in terms of finances. It could be, Wispy, could this be positive? Please don't tell me. My brain, listen, Ellis, I'm just going to say it. Be aware. Hang on. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but be aware of the potential for a romance scam, right? Tell Lorraine, tell Mama Ellis that if she starts chatting to somebody online, to be bloody careful. Do not give any money, full stop, no matter what, full stop. No matter what, under any circumstances, full stop. Right? I'm not saying this person is coming in with a financial romance scam, connection, but the fact that we've got the King and the Queen reversed, and the Queen's coming in a windfall position, but she's coming in reversed, ooh, that pinches a little bit. Especially when we've got the Two of Pentacles coming in that sort of relatively positive path ahead. Do you know what I mean? There could be someone potentially trying to play. It might not be, right? It genuinely might not be. But if this connection is in the physical world, I'd be a lot happier than if this connection comes in via the internet, right? The alternative, Wispy, give me alternatives for what the Queen could be. Okay, hang on. Right, so... But that doesn't answer why the 6, Wispy. Why the 6 is here. What's the disapproval over? Hang on. Brains firing new neurons. Assuming this is a positive, right? Which it feels positive to me. This could come with this financial uplift, right? If that happens... Tell your mum she's perfectly entitled to spend the money on herself. Whatever this uplift is, whatever's going on here, right? She's entitled to spend whatever money she has on herself in any way she feels fit. She doesn't have to give money to here, there and everywhere. She doesn't have to give a percentage to charity or to you and any siblings you have. If your mother gets a financial uplift, partly through this connection, whatever that is, right? If this isn't a romantic connection and this is just purely and simply a work-based financial connection and this uplift happens, tell her that even if people in her community, her circle, her six, her community, her group are going, oh wow, you can now give some money to charity and you could promote. Tell her she can spend her own money where the bloody hell she wants, because it's her money. Whether this is a lottery win or whether this is a promotion or whether this is something she starts on, a business she starts herself, whatever it may be, right? This really does feel like an uplift here. And this Queen of Pentacles, if it was this way round, it'll be talking about nurturing and spend the money in a nurturing way to care for the people in your life and give out, support the family. No, I think this is maybe saying that she can absolutely do what she wants with it and spend it on herself if that's what happens, right? It does feel as if there is this connection. I cannot see whether this is a financial connection only, so positive energy coming in that field, or whether this is romantic and that energy is bringing in that growth energy, or could even be a mixture of the two. Anywho, let's get the final card. So the destination that this is all leading to. Ooh, and then we're back with this romance scam. Magician reversed. I wish this card was upright for you, Ellis, and for Lorraine. I really, really do. The Magician reversed. The Magician is all about manifestation, right? Manifesting the positive change, manifesting the things in our life that we're aiming for. All of that. When the Magician is reversed, it's about manipulation and being manipulated. Right, in all honesty, Lorraine, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, if you're watching it on replay, whatever it is, if you have a gut instinct about somebody that you've met, right, and that gut instinct is screaming a little warning at you, listen to it. If you've got a gut instinct that maybe something doesn't seem, or it seems too good to be true, listen to it. Because this reading feels like a warning to you right now, right? I do believe there is positive energy coming in. This, when I said arrogance here at the beginning with this card, I don't think it's arrogance. I think it is overconfidence, right? And it feels like if you've got a situation where you are overly believing someone, that can go very, very easily pear-shaped if that person isn't as honest as you are, right? The way the cards are falling, in the obstacle position, this 6, quite often the people that are around us can see things that we can't see when we're in the middle of it. But saying if you can't see the wood for the trees, that quite often can be the case, right? In all honesty, this is only for the next 6 to 8 weeks max. If there is something here that doesn't feel right, if you are on a dating app, if it's a Facebook contact, whatever it is, if somebody in your life seems to be saying all the right things, and then there's a hint of something, the minute that you are about to reach for your debit card, credit card, or bank details, stop. Because it absolutely feels like there might be somebody trying to abuse your trust right now. Okay, I think this is only a recent thing, and I think it's only a temporary thing. But absolutely, this. If the Magician reverse didn't show up, I would have been more confident in saying that it could go either way, right? This could be a positive, or this could be a more warning reading. With this card coming up reversed, absolutely, my gut instinct is saying be careful. This card coming up completely reaffirms that. The manipulation card. please, 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 Lorraine, be careful right now. I hope that helps. I know it's not the reading you were hoping for, and I know, Ellis, that it's not the reading you were hoping for your mum. But as I always say, I can only give you the readings that the cards give me, and I can only tell you what you need to know. And right now, the cards are absolutely screaming a warning message for something that is either already in play or about to come into play fairly soon. So please do take that on board. Oh, it could be. It absolutely could be ex-husband. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 100% yes. Absolutely could be. Because that King of Pentacles, when it was reversed, that's what I said. That feels like ex energy. Ex-husband, ex-partner, ex energy. Absolutely. If mum has an ex-husband in the picture still, in whatever way, expect... Oh, I can't pay the mortgage. My car's blown up. Woe is me, woe is me. Woe, woe, woe is me. Woe is me. Even that Two of Pentacles coming up in the 4 position, that path ahead, even dangling that carrot of, well, you know, we could maybe get back together one day, or, you know, things weren't as bad, you know, now I've learnt my lessons, and blah 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 blah. I still feel there's love between us, and do you remember when we did that, when we had that moment, and oh, you smiled, and oh, isn't that fun? Oh, I love it when your hair's like that. All of that charm bullshit. Sorry, I've just seen the sign up there that says no swearing. All of that charm, take with a pinch of salt if it comes on. Because it absolutely feels like charm word I can't say because I did just say it. I hope that helped. I'm really, really gutted that it wasn't a, oh, look at this lovely, lovely, loveliness coming your way. But yeah, it absolutely could be that. And if it is, if that is what's happening, then 100% forewarned is better than forearmed. Right then, because I did just say a rude word,
YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Absolutely. Apologies for using a bad word. Oh my God, no. Absolutely. A whole world of no. Lorraine, stand up, stand true, stand up, stand true, stand up, stand true. No is a complete sentence. No is absolutely a complete sentence. So no. No, 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 hell no. No. But he's going to try and manipulate. Absolutely. Absolutely. And probably use the kids. If there was a connection with the kids, because of that Queen of Pentacles was in that, what was it? It was in the windfall position, in that luck, good fortune element, right? Probably going to try and use the kids in some way. Hopefully that will, hopefully forewarned is forearmed. I really, really, really do hope that. Right then, I've got one more of the super chats to do. Let's have a quick look. It is for Quadrantids. Right then, my darling. Will your friend Tom Thomas come back to you? Will your friend Tom Thomas come back to you? Let's have a look. As always, we are going to do the cleaning thing, the cleansing with the dinging of the dongle of the bells. Talking of bells, if you haven't done already, please do give this video a thumbs up. That really helps. And also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and dong your bell. That way, YouTube should notify you each and every time we go live, which is every Tuesday and every Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time to 9 p.m. UK time. There's other videos coming up as well about more witchy things and things of that nature. So if you're interested in things like that, make sure you are subscribed. And yeah, right then, quadrantids. Let's see if I can get your reading for you, my friend. Will your dear friend Tom Thomas come back to you? Let's have a look. Will Tom Thomas come back to you? So then, let's have a look. Wispy, we need to bring you in again. So then, where you are now, Page of Swords, what you need to know. Ooh, 10 of Wands. Thank you, Wispy, for a return card. And the Devil, right now then. Now, this card, absolutely, hang on a second. In no way, shape or form does the Devil card have anything to do with Satan, Lucifer, Old Nick. What other names are there for him? Old Scratch. Beelzebub, whatever other names, right? We're not talking about the Christian version of the devil, because that doesn't exist in tarot, right? The devil card literally corresponds to manipulation, materialism. It corresponds to somebody behind the scenes pulling the puppet strings, as this card says. It is nothing to do with Satan, Satanism, Luciferianism, anything like that, okay? I have to make that abundantly clear. This card is nothing to do with demons, devils, hell, any of that stuff, because none of that exists within the tarot deck, within the tarot world, right? So, Page of Swords, where you are now, or where your relationship with Tom is right now. I think whatever the fallout is, whatever the problem has been, it feels very much like quite a childish one, because pages are youthful energy, childlike energy. So it feels almost like there was a disagreement or an argument that could have been settled really easily, but wasn't for whatever reason. It's almost like like squabbling energy. Does that make sense? Swords is trouble and strife, the hardships and the hurdles, the challenges. And as I say, pages are that youthful energy. This is something that you will learn, because we've got glasses in a book. This is something that you will learn in time. It will become, you know, easier to not have these sorts of disagreements, if that makes sense. It's just for where you both are right now, it was something of nothing that caused that separation. In terms of what you need to know, Wands is all about security, and this would also bring in sort of elements of friendship and things in with the Wands. But the 10 is overflowing in that confidence. And when it's reversed, this is absolutely talking about arrogance here. Absolutely talking about arrogance. Whatever has happened, either you got pissed off at Tom or Tom got pissed off at you. Either way, it doesn't feel as if you can back down now. It feels like too much was said. The argument went too far. That line in the sand was crossed. It's almost like, you know how, hang on, let me do it this way. You know how only a best mate can tell you how it is? Only a best mate can hurt you in this particular way, right? Because a best mate knows all your soft points. They know where to stick the knife. They know exactly which buttons to press to cause maximum harm. And it feels like in the heat of a moment, in the heat of a throwaway argument that probably could have been resolved, words were said, buttons were pushed, and needly things were pushed in places that were soft and had no armor. And it can't be taken back. The 10 of Wands in this case, it's like you've burnt those bridges between you. Absolutely, it feels like there is I don't think there's any return back from this. when we then look at what's to come in the future, we've got the devil. In this instance, the devil is talking about that, I don't want to say temptation, but it's almost like the devil is in the details here. It doesn't feel as if Tom will come back, because it almost feels like, I hate to say it, but it almost feels like you played your hand. You were pulling the puppet strings and you pulled too hard. The thing about the devil card, it can sometimes relate to contracts and marriages, because you've got this element of these two people being tied in with each other. But it's very much a materialistic thing, right? It's when we put our physical needs above our spiritual needs, and that's what this 5-pointed star represents. This way up, the pentacle is spirit, which is the single point, over earth, air, fire and water, which are the other 4. That is always, when the pentacle is this way up, it's always talking about spiritual self above our physical self. When it's this way up, as in this card, it's talking about the opposite. It's talking about putting our physical needs above our spiritual needs. And for spiritual needs in this instance, you can also include friendship. So it feels like whatever's happened, whatever this argument was over, whatever's been burned, the bridges have well and truly been burned here. And it feels like either Tom has moved on in a way that is right for them, and therefore they are putting their needs first, or you put your needs first, and that's why Tom isn't going to return. There is no hint here of a return. There is no hint here of any sort of rekindling the friendship or consolidation at all. This very much feels like it's donezo. And again, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it really does feel, my darling, as if that is, you know, the bridge has been burnt. There is no sort of going back from this. And it is that thing of, as I say, only me and my, hang on, let me click onto this one. Me and a close friend, we used to say we had mutually assured destruction, in that we had enough dirt on each other that if we ever fell out, we could ruin each other's lives. We couldn't, you know what I mean? It's nothing that deep. But at the time, when you're young and you think all your secrets are big, dark and mysterious, and they're not, it's just kid stuff. But you feel as if anybody knew XYZ, oh my God, they'd never want to know me. And it's kid stuff, it doesn't matter. But that idea of that mutually assured destruction feels like it comes into play here. Whatever this argument was, you pushed one button too many, you crossed that line, you spoke that truth that only a bestie, only a proper best friend, and even more so than a bestie, only a proper best friend or partner or that strong connection can ever know. You crossed that line, and unfortunately, my darling, once you've crossed that line, there's no going back, there's no repairing. It's like that balloon has popped. You can go and get the pieces off the floor, but you can never put it back together. It's never going to be a balloon again. The most it's going to be is a few chunks of dead rubber. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, thank you very much for your question, but unfortunately in this case it does really feel as if what's done is done. Right, let's have a look at the chat. You understand, thank you for the clarity, you didn't mean to hurt him. This is it, unfortunately. And again, this is why, you know, when I said this is the lesson to be learned, this is that lesson to be learned, my darling. It really does feel as if this is that lesson for you to learn. That Page of Swords, that line has been crossed. You'll know in future not to cross that line with future friendships, but unfortunately this friendship is the sacrifice that you've had to make to learn that lesson, and you will never unlearn it. You will always remember it, and when you get to 80 or 90, you'll still be remembering it, and you'll still be in that position of going, I've never made that mistake since. So I hope that helps. Yeah, no more super chats for tonight, please. There's no more time, unfortunately. We aim to finish in 10 minutes. There was an agreement. Tom got angry. Do you mean argument? And you said, oh, there you are, my darling. That's it entirely. That's it entirely. You said something sensitive about his family. That's it. That line was crossed. Absolutely. That's what I was saying. That line is crossed. And again, once that happens, it's one of those things, isn't it? You say the words, and then before they're completely out of your mouth, then you go, oh my God, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Oh, why did I say that? Damn it. But once it's said, you can't take it back. Oh, good evening, Nanette. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you've been poorly. You've had an ear infection for almost a month, but hopefully you'll get some answers from your ear, nose and throat doctor tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for that, my darling. Fingers crossed for that. Hopefully you'll be feeling better soon. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my darling. I really, really, really am. Oh, excuse me. Oh, absolutely no problem at all, Nanette, my darling. No problem at all. I hope that helps. Yeah, exactly. I agree entirely, Holland. I can't say that because it's too close to the sweary words, and I've had one. I don't know. I don't really want to push the luck with the algorithm. Yeah, this is it. We never mean to hurt anyone, but we all do it. We do, unfortunately. You did cross a line. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is your lesson, my darling. It sucks. It sucks. But sometimes in life, once that lesson is crossed, it's very, very, very hard to, or in fact, I would say impossible in my experience at nearly, how old did you say I was earlier? 35. At nearly 35, nearly 36 years old, I wish. At 39, I wish. At 79 years old. I know I don't look it, do I, my age? But no, honestly, it's one of those life lessons. Some things some things once said you can never repair. It's like you can't put the shit back in the horse. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Do you know what I mean? It just isn't. It doesn't happen that way. And unfortunately, that is the way of things, unfortunately, my darling. Right then, I tell you what, we'll have one more quick reading. A fast reading. Please do go ahead, if you haven't already, pop your question into the chat, starting with the word question. We'll have a very quick reading. Okay, so a very quick reading just for the last 7 minutes. So if you want a really quick reading, go ahead, pop your question in the live chat right now. You've got 30 seconds. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Okay, right then. So, Dormouse, the keeper of the questions. Dormouse. Good evening, Dormouse. I haven't really had a chance to say hello to you for ages, have I? Good evening, Dormouse. I hope Grumpy is well, and I hope Rue is well as well. So, why is that on that one? There we go. So, good evening to you all. Right then, Dormouse, let's do a very quick, it'll be a quick reading, unfortunately, because we're running very, very low on time. There we go. And bring in Wispy. Wispy, Dormouse would like to know, oh, hang on, let me get the other camera on. Nope, that's not the right camera. That one, and that. that one. Dormouse would like to know a general reading. How is the next couple of weeks looking? So the next couple of weeks for Dormouse. That's what we want to know. General look at the next couple of weeks, Wispy, for our lovely Dormouse. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's in the book. Don't know what that means. Something about books. All right then. So here we go. Queen of Swords. Ooh, the energy around you right now. We've got some negativity. Right, we've got some negative, some difficulties going on, a little bit of some hurdles happening around you at the moment, in terms of possibly coming in from an older woman, possibly coming in from someone who thinks they know best, a bit of a Karen, if you get my drift, a little bit gobby, but maybe not vocally gobby. This is somebody who likes playing underhand tricks. Do you know what I mean? The Queen of Swords for me is Cersei in Game of Thrones, right? Always thinking she's got the upper hand, always trying to wangle it and wingle it and manipulate and maneuver and, you know, lie and obfuscate to get her way. That energy very much gives Queen of Swords energy. So just be aware. What you need to know coming up, the Two of Wands. Okay, it is reversed, but it does feel as if there is going to be, in terms of security and confidence, it feels like there's going to be a wibble, a bit of a wobbly moment coming up with you and possibly a friend, possibly a loved one. It doesn't feel permanent. It feels like it will pass. But it's connected to whoever this person is. So it almost feels like it could be mother figure, mother-in-law figure, aunt, older female friend, something like that. This person feels like they are going to try and come in and upset the apple cart in either a friendship or a relationship that you are in right now. Okay, they're going to try and weaken things or try and wangle it almost. They're going to try and manipulate the situation, right? That's what they're going to try and do. And it's almost like she's got forked tongue, so she'll say the words that will try and cause problems. Oh, and it might. Oh no, it's not going to succeed. It's going to backfire on her. Ooh. Tower is having the rug pulled from under you. Unexpected consequences. Having, you know, you think something is one way. You brought it up for a long time. You think this thing is absolutely, I know exactly where this is. It's absolutely solid. I know exactly everything about this thing. And then all of a sudden it's not. However, this is reversed. So whoever this person is, she's going to try. I don't know whether this is you and Grumpy. I don't think it is. It feels more like you and a close friend. And it feels like someone's going to try and come between you. And actually, it's going to backfire on them big time. Big time. It's so bigly. It's the bigliest backfire you have ever seen in the biggest way. This is not just any backfire. This is so big. It's the biggest backfire. It's the biggest error that anyone has seen from somebody trying to be an asshole, basically. This person is going to try and put that wedge in with that relationship, and it's so monumentally going to backfire on them, right? All it's going to reveal is that this relationship here is stronger than she thinks it is. It's more robust than she thinks it is, and it isn't at all what she imagines it to be, right? It's almost like me and Rufus are obviously online. We've got, you know, we're quite open about who we are as two people, and people would seem to think that in a lot of circumstances, I'm the gobby one. I always get my way, and whatever I want, I do. And Rufus kind of ends up, you know, his thoughts and feelings aren't important. Whereas actually, from my perspective, it's normally the other way round. And I'm not saying that he rides roughshod over me. It's literally that we work to best as a partnership. So if there's something that I want to do, I will double check always with him. If it's something that he doesn't necessarily want to do, I can go off and do it on my own, and vice versa. And whether that be, you know, Slimming World or whatever it may be, people think that, oh, well, I must be the one that wears the trousers in the relationship, whereas actually both of us do. We're quite equal. Rufus might be a bit quieter sometimes, but actually I put every idea I have through him. He is the sounding board that allows me to go, oh, what about this? Lisa, do you think is that a good enough idea? Is that, do you think maybe not? Maybe think of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like his opinion means more to me than my own. So, but from the outside, people would think, because I'm quite loud and gobby at times, oh, I must be super confident. I must be super, like, I walk into the room first with my head held high and I demand this, that, you know, X, Y, and Z. And whereas people that actually get to know me know that I am full of anxiety, full of complications, and actually Rufus is the reason that I can walk into that room with my head held high, because 5 minutes before walking into that room, he would have been literally holding me whilst I was sobbing, saying that I wanted to go home and I couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? And this card is a bit like that. It's like people assume, whoever this Queen of Swords is, she's assuming because she's seen one aspect of whatever this relationship is in the middle, she's seen one side of it. So she thinks she knows, right? And actually, if she saw the other side, it would be completely and utterly different. And as she's going to twist things and do whatever this twisty manipulation thing is, right, it will get revealed that not only is this tower not falling, it's built with bloody girders. Do you know what I mean? This isn't like, or this house in this case, this isn't just an old rickety old wooden old property that's on fire. Well, it is, but actually, do you know what's burning is the shutters on the outside and, you know, the curtains on the front. That's all that's burning. Inside the house is actually made of like reinforced concrete blocks and fireproof foam and blah 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 blah. So the outside can burn, but the inside of the property, rock solid. And it's that same thing with a relationship, right? She thinks that whatever she can do is going to twist it and it's going to knock things out, whereas actually it is solid. I hope that helps. But whoever she is, she's a nasty bit of work, right? She really is a B word. And I'm trying to be careful about the words I use on the internet. She really is one of them, right? And not in a good way. She is that. She's a witch with a capital B. And I don't mean the Irish pop band from the 90s, 2000s, Bewitched? Can't remember. Anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. Forewarned is forearmed. All of that. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense, my darling. You're constantly saying you're figuring things out yourself. Give you space. You're me, if that makes sense. Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. Yeah. Grumpy's off to band practice. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Amazing. But yeah, hopefully, my darling, that helps. I really, really, really hope it does. Whoever this person is, tell her if she tries too hard, just say, oh, by the way, I am friends with lots of witches on the internet. And that'll be enough. Right then, I hope that helps. I'm glad Rue's doing well. if you don't know, Rue is Dormouse's little pupper. And I say little pupper, I think my brain is just giving me some information. Wasn't Rue 11 recently? Turned 11 years of age. So not a little pupper, but always a little pupper. Anyway, I hope that helps everybody. Thank you so much for today. I've really enjoyed myself being back doing the tarots on the live stream. So thank you very much, everybody. And yeah, I will be back on Sunday evening, at 6 o'clock for the members and 7 o'clock for everybody else. Don't forget, if you aren't a member at the moment, you can consider, or you might consider, becoming a member. It costs just $2.99 a month or £5 a month if you want to throw us a little bit extra. Don't forget, every single penny of what we get, 10% goes into, or goes directly over to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. 10%, I think we're going to extend it forever now. 10% also goes to the Albert Kennedy Trust, which is a charity that supports youth who are in danger of being homeless, that identifies LGBTQIA+, so on the queer spectrum. Yeah, the rest of it goes back into the channel once YouTube takes its 30% cut. It's the same with the memberships as it is with the donations. So I hope all of that makes sense. Anyway, if you would like to become a member, I will leave you with a little video telling you how in just a couple of seconds. Before I do that, all I've got to say is stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will most definitely see you on the next one, which is either Sunday at 6 or Sunday at 7. And I'll see you then. Bye bye. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your free card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £2 or over. Of course. Do you know what? I was just about to say to Rufus as well. Do you know what? For the first time, we've done a whole stream without me messing anything up and pressing the wrong buttons. I was just about to say that to him, and then right at the very end, I pressed the wrong buttons. How blinking typical is that, eh? How typical is that? Anyway, I'll see you next week. Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks, and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!